Excuse me while I whip this out.
It seems faster. That's what she said. Hi. Welcome to a Friday Night Heights Real BBC. Super chat, square up, greetings, you little radicalized hellions. You're not little. You're big. You're grown up radicalized hellions. Self-radicalized. Because you're individuals. Many of our room temperature IQ detractors believe that I've put up some kind of spell on you, like all of us have, with our keywords and our rhetoric, drawing you into the alt-right pipeline. And I just got to say, welcome to it. Let's go. Let's go. We've got some questions. I've got some answers. Well, I'll do the best I can, and if I can't answer a question, I will make something up. That's pretty much how it goes. That's how it goes. Hello, chat, you beautiful chat. The Geek and I podcast, Tim Roberts, Jim Bravo. Grande Taco. Oh, God, I'm not going to have a good taco until I go back to San Diego, that communist hellhole of California, to go hang out with my bro, Chris Gore. Bionic Sasquatch. Is it Abigor? Abigor? And it says EE. It's like a capital E and a small e. That's something I can actually pronounce. What was it? The Alphabet Alliance that they were talking about on Geeks and Gamers. I am a fan of, I think it was the League of Letters. The League of Letters is something I would roll with. Because it's LOL. the League of Letters. Say horror orange horror orange-agontin. Yes. I said it. I said it exactly how you spell it. Frank Gore, for fuck's sake, says Bonehead. I agree. What's up, JT? Dynas. Frank Hammett, how are you? Steph. Hi, Steph. Are you a girl, Steph? Are you part of the 9.9? There's the 199 and there's the 9.9. Yes, I like the League of Letters. I think the League of Letters is good. So is Garrett done? Yes, he's done. You know how I know he's done? Because I watched his entire show. I watched Normal World. I support my friend Garrett and Dave Landau. And their guest, Charles Schwab. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All right, let's get to the questions. Okay, so I got a video coming out. I think it's tomorrow morning. That's what Perry said. I read the most retarded Access Media article. Thanks to Lady Gravemaster for killing my brain cells and finding that one. This is going to do damage. Like, seriously. Did a lot of drugs in the 80s. Did a lot of drugs about 10 or 11 years ago. So my brain wasn't long for this world anyway, but all of the Access Media articles that I've read over the years aren't getting any better. They aren't getting any smarter. And at this point, bring on AI. Please bring on AI. Because this was written by an actual person who has written, I believe, in The Atlantic and The Guardian. And I don't know if Perry's going to put a picture of the author. I usually try not to pick on the person. I try to pick on the idea. But this guy looks like the kind of guy who would write an article like this. I don't even want to give you details. I just want to make it all a surprise for you tomorrow, because it was a surprise to me. The mental gymnastics are mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. It concerns Indiana Jones and the Dial of Dysentery. Or Indiana Jones in the Box Office of Doom, Indiana Jones in the Last Charade, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Last franchise. I don't know. We can do this all night. We can do this all night. Oh, you guys, it's putting in new super chats here. We got Rogue Thinker, who's been a member for 2 months. Thank you. You need to get Giorgio Tsoukalos on Forbidden Frontier. I would love to. He is incredibly hard to get a hold of. As a matter of fact, he asked me for my phone number because I have some footage he needs. I helped, just very peripherally, helped with what essentially became his pitch reel, sizzle reel for Ancient Aliens through a friend of mine at the film school. It was new media school I was going to. I took a intensive course in digital media back in 2000. It's when Avatar came out. 10? And met Giorgio, really good guy. And then Garrett and I saw him in Lubbock, which just, I guess, a town near there just had a really bad tornado and half the town is gone now. It's really sad. But up in Lubbock, and he saw me, and, we hadn't seen or talked to each other in 8 years. And he's all, I know your name. And I'm like, it's Gary. It's cool. And he gave me a big hug, and he asked me like how I'm doing. Cause when he met me, it was just not a good time in my life. So he was like really cool. He's all, you got to give me your phone number. I didn't have a pen. So I ran back to get a pen, and all his handlers just freaking kept me from going back. So I handed it to the handler. Don't know if he ever got it, but I would love to get him on, but you have to go through agents and stuff. And we are just a teeny tiny paranormal show right now. So, but I'll try. I'll definitely try. But we do have a line on Randall. We do. And I want to publicly thank Marcus Young. So if any of you saw the Cosmic Summit, young Marcus Young, who is a PhD candidate and a brilliant, brilliant guy, and kind of like the kind of scientist you want, a very open-minded one. Really kind of brought us into the Cosmic Summit. So thank you. He's a good kid. Good kid. God, I sound so old when I say that. But we'll try. So glad I found you. Super stoked. I am in the Nerdrotic family. You are a Nerdrotic. It doesn't really belong to me. It's just like the name of the channel, but it's like a state of mind, man. I don't know. Quick history on how that name came about. I thought it turned out that a guy in my shop said Neurotic, but I thought he said Nerdrotic. I'm like, ooh, I like that, and I just got the domain name, and that was back in 2008, and didn't do anything with it. Not even when I started this channel, because I wanted to save it, and then I decided to use it. That's it. What's it mean? Does it mean nerd erotic or nerdrotic as in neurotic? I don't know. Gundam's Universe for $20. Lolitas, Super Sergio's, yum. San Diego invented carne asada fries. Your favorite place for them? Carne asada fries, my favorite place for them was Roberto's. Roberto's Taco Shop is like the OG. But I'd say the best carne asada burritos still at Juanita's, which is in Lucadia, or Filiberto's. Which was going through renovation last time we were there, so I was really bummed. Welcome, Julio Scissors, to the Travelers. Welcome to the Travelers. I'll get I got to get to the old ones, and then I'll get to the new ones. Hail Gary and chat. Can't stay for long because the night shift is keeping me busy. Well, that's disappointing. Quit your job and listen to us. No, just kidding. Kind of. Just wanted to thank you, sir. Keep it rocking. Hey, thank you, Shmoo. Thank you, buddy. Get to work. Get your ass to work. All right. Let's get to it. Oh, to finish my thought from earlier, I did that. And now my next video is going to be the Secret Invasion review. I might wait till the next episode. I don't know. I've already watched it 3 times, and I was talking to Mahler and Will on Drinker on Open Bar, and like, Mahler put the seed in my head, and I'm like, God damn it. And it's just because of my OCD. I think I have to watch Captain Marvel again. Fuck. If I'm going to review this, I have to watch Captain Marvel again. And I have not watched it since it came out. So I guess the compromise I have in my head is I'll watch it on double speed, which might make it at least a little funny. But I have to watch Captain Marvel again. Fuck. Maybe I should make Jeremy watch it with me, because he's never watched it, and he's made so much money off of Brie, and I am no Brie simp like Ryan Kinnell, but I almost said his name wrong. I should start doing it again just to piss him off. But I think Jeremy owes it to Brie to watch the movie. So much criticized. He didn't even watch the movie. He might love it. His pre-torn jeans ass might love it. So I think if we got any members of the 199 out there, I'm sure we do, I would say peer pressure Jeremy into watching Captain Marvel with me. Let's do it. Falkenstahl for $10 says, a few days left to push my indie comic GH057 story on Indiegogo. Please spread the word. Again, it's on Indiegogo. It's called GH057 story. GH057 story. Thank you for the $10. That's on the donation side. Circumventing YouTube. Exthelion II for $20 says, Hail FNT. I hope everyone had a good week. We all did, despite everybody else's pissing and moaning. And that's all I get now. You make me watch movies that I can watch, then I can make content on and make money. Wah! Fucking A, they whine and piss and moan. Good thing I like them. I love these guys. They just whine and piss and moan. I heard Az is starting to help with tech support. He did. When I was getting ready to download the Gollum game, I said, do I need to get all the bits and stuff? And he didn't even make fun of me for saying bits and stuff. And he said no. Glad to hear it, Az. Glad to see everyone. I look forward to this stream and Forbidden Frontier. Lots of love for Forbidden Frontier. And I can't tell you, and we can't tell you, X-Ray Girl, Adam, quarter black, how happy that makes us because we genuinely are really obsessed with this shit. So like it's I've talked about it in the past, but like when I'm not dissecting pop culture, I am I don't like to say consuming. I don't like that word. I am taking in a lot of lectures. I've got all the discs from Contact in the Desert. I went to most of those lectures. I'm watching them again. They offered me Cosmic Summit for free. I bought it. Fuck it. It was, I think it's worth it. It's $49.99. You get the whole thing. And I don't get anything from this. I'm just telling you for information. You can go on HowTube. Randall's went on 4 hours. Like I actually had to get up and go and do a show. But because I knew I could watch it later, and I've seen a lot of Randall's stuff, but there was a lot of new stuff. This kid, Luke Caverns, is fucking awesome. He's 25. Damn it. I was like out of prison for like 2 years. This guy is traveling the world and finding lost cities. So it's really worth it. Marcus Young had a great lecture. There's some great lectures if you're into that stuff. So I'm very happy that you like Forbidden Frontier. We will be bringing more guests on, and I got to meet Ben in person. And apparently Ben has been watching Nerdrotic for a long effing time, since like 30,000 subs. So that was humbling and cool. Iron Man 105 for $5. Bruce Wayne in this movie should have been Thomas Wayne. First thought he was, since he was so old and bitter. Yeah, I mean, Flashpoint is not one of my favorite stories. I'm not a big fan of multiverse stories. I think there's a couple that I really like. I like Crisis on Infinite Earths. I like Countdown, I guess. That's not multiverse, so I'm trying to think of other multiverse. There's a couple I like. But, I mean, most of them end up in just gobbledygook garbage to me. They're like, eh. I'm way more of a fan of the big crossovers. I freaking loved JLA versus Avengers. Freaking loved it. But I'm not a big fan of them. Blackest Night. Now is fucking good. Blackest Night was good. Good stuff. And that's not multiverse. I'm just picking a DC story that I really liked. Iron Man 105 for $5. Bruce Wayne in the movie. Oh, I read that one. John for $10. Hey, all. Y'all having a good day? I'm having a good day. I think my cohorts, I'm going to call them cohorts, are having a good day too. Anyone gonna watch The Adventures of Superman? Looks good, but I'm not sold on new Lois Lane yet. Adventures of Superman? Adventures of Superman. Why am I like blanking on Adventures of Superman? Hang on. Is there something new that I completely missed? I watched the like the 50s one. I don't know if that's a joke or not. See, that's the problem with doing these things later. I was like, I got a George Reeves 1/6 scale. Finally, I've been looking for one of those for 10 years, and I got one. I finally freaking got one. I had one, and I sold it at my store, and I found another one. Man, those were freaking hard to find because they're custom. Thank you, John. Sorry if I screwed that up. The Quarthon for $35 on the donation side. Hail all. Nice to see Az losing some weight, but man, he needs some more sunlight. He's in freaking New Zealand. No, he's in the UK. And he's in the north. You know how much sunlight that guy gets a year? It's like 10 hours. Pale as a corpse. Gary, if you're into metal, check out the band Ash. Is it Arcspire, Wisconsin meetup when? Okay, people are asking about the Wisconsin meetup, and I don't know. It was supposed to be in a couple weeks. It might get pushed to November. It depends on my schedule. The last 3 weeks of traveling were a bit much. Had a lot of fun. Not doing that again. Also, we have a couple of other issues on the personal side. Don't want to bum anybody out. Wisconsin will happen this year. It will. But I've got a sick mother I need to move, and the biggest bummer. Well, that's a bummer. This is like double bummer. Okay, I'm not prioritizing one over the other. I got a sick mom. I got to move, which is going to be crazy, and I got a dying dog. Yeah, so she's old. She's got cancer, and don't know how long she was supposed to go on the trip, and she can't. She can't. So, got to make a decision there, and I'm probably going to make that decision while, my kids are old and stuff. But it's just like I don't want them to be around when I have to take care of the dog. Primetime Pulton for $20. My new superhero horror graphic novel, Writhe and Pain, with Vampirella artist Chris Graves, cool, is now on Indiegogo with variant covers by Spawn's Kevin Conrad and Kevin Keane. That's fucking awesome. Primetime Pulton. And it's Pelton. So check it out. Bird Gang for $5. The end result of that Starbucks incident was crackheads shooting up in the bathrooms and the homeless taking showers. LOL. Oh, yeah, when they tried to get the manager or the employee fired. Yeah, usually that's the case. Not, you know what? In a Starbucks, there's not going to be a lot of incidents of get out of here, boy. Okay, that's just not going to happen in Starbucks and not pretty much anywhere. I know a lot of people really like to spin that narrative that is still happening. I mean, there's people who think it's the 60s again. And it's not. It's just not. Bill Prime Gaming for $4.99. Hi, all. Do you think Hollywood would back up writers? They haven't so far. But the thing is, there's a glut of writers. It's not like I don't want writers to get paid. I think unions are stupid. I think it's another boss. I used to work in an industry that had unions, and I've told the story before. I would actively avoid any shop that had one because they take money out of my paycheck and they don't do shit for me, ever. So I think it's a mindset. And to me, it's just having two bosses. I don't want anybody in control of my employment career. If I don't like someplace, I'll fucking leave. We aren't in like some, small town in Pennsylvania in the 50s working at the coal mine. It's there. When I was in the auto dealers, there's 5 more auto dealers surrounding where I work that I could go work at. So, and as far as writers, I think it should be a gig economy. It is pretty much a novelist gig economy, comic writers gig economy. Chuck Dixon does just fine. He's not part of any union, good writers. I think what it does is it gatekeeps and protects bad writers. I'm no fan of the corporations either. Fuck them too. LEM for €20. Just landed after work and I get to watch live. All right. And witness another epic rant by Az. Well, we get one weekly now. It's great. Thank you for keeping me sane after a long day surrounded by the French, not the French. Hail FNT and the 199 from yet another female subscriber. Hail the 9.9. That's right. I'm known for, attracting the ladies. That's me. Philip H. for $5.99. Hope you guys saw Kathleen Kennedy getting humiliated at the Indy 5 show with George, John Williams, and Harrison Ford. So much schadenfreude. We did. Maybe it makes my video. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Kathleen Kennedy humiliates herself every time she opens her fucking pie hole. Her dusty old pie hole. No, I don't have to show her respect. Screw that. I'll tell you why I don't have to show her respect. Not that anybody's. No, I'm just hearing fucking idiots in my head. It's not you guys in the chat. And I said it. I'm going to say it in my video. I'm going to say it here. I said it on Open Bar. We have seen lots of instances where the access media, attacks fans, says there's racist and white supremacist Star Wars fans, and Disney needs to do something about it. And Disney does. They send their actors out to make car videos. They create these narratives, by the way. They sign off on these narratives, and although they don't write every Access Media article, when they come out time after time after time, and there's hundreds now that call their fandom toxic, you never, ever hear Disney come out and say, you know what? There's always a few bad apples that spoil the bunch, but most of our fandom are good people, and we're just trying to entertain everybody. You've never fucking heard them say that. Nobody in a position of power has ever fucking said that from Lucasfilm, from Marvel, or Disney, because they sign off on it and they actually believe the bullshit that the Access Media puts out there that they leak, okay? Let's not undersell Rewriting Ripley. Rewriting Ripley was, I believe, a girl who used to work with something associated with Star Wars and was completely backed up by Lucasfilm employees, and they wrote a narrative that we basically radicalized Ryan. No, Ryan is very self-radicalized, by the way. He did it on his own. So we don't want to sell Ryan short on his radicalization. That, came from his soul. But they went after us, which is going after you, by the way. It's going after fans, members of Lucasfilm, trying to push this narrative that we were getting our fucking orders from, and I'm shit you not. They connected Rush Limbaugh, who's dead, Steve Bannon, and others. It was insane. That happened 2 years ago. Let's also not forget that they ran with the Russian bot narrative. There was a narrative out that Russian bots were downvoting and criticizing, and they created the Russian bots and Russian operatives created a narrative to go after Star Wars to create discourse in America. And these are the people who go after QAnon. It's fucking insane. It was just a bad Star Wars movie, for one. And people like Star Wars, and they were really pissed about it. That's all it was. It had nothing to do with presidential elections, your politics, or your little fifis. I now want a Garethian Azabel mystery show, says Declar's Dungeon for $2. That sounds super gay. So the Legion of Memers will probably put it together. Michael Kerrigan for $2. It's the Avengers if you got them from Wish. All right. Josh Kelsey for $20 says, I like how Az says he has to make a living, like we wouldn't watch him watching the show. Have the show off screen and just tell people to watch along on their own. Yeah, Az loses his argument because he watched Batgirl and he watched Gotham Knights and he's like, I'm not going to bother with this. I'm like, this is where you draw the line? Weird. All hail Smeagol in tights. There you go. It says Monkey Mirror for $2.79 Canadian. The Tau General. Oh, wait. Sorry, not the Tau. The Dow. Is it Dow? Dow General for $9.99. You guys are awesome and always make my days better. Today sucked. Just got confirmation on a small brain benign tumor. Holy shit. That does suck. So small, you can't see it. Almost like Az's pee-pee. Wow, that's a good attitude about it. It's Gavin's pee-pee. It's Gavin's pee-pee. Didn't even get recognized by YouTube. Which is so funny. So funny. Oh, did you guys notice that the show has been taken off of Nerdrotic Live? I'm sure you have. I think, yeah, they gave me a warning, but no strike on Nerdrotic Live, and I didn't even bother fighting it. It's on Rumble, so you can see it. I think it's on Rumble. Yeah, it's on Rumble. No, maybe not. Maybe I need to upload it on Rumble. I think I will. I can't remember now. The edited version, I'll put it up there. But yeah, somebody mass flagged it and took it down. It got taken down. And yeah, it's not much I can do. Victor Ajax for €5. Venture Brothers Radiant is the blood of the baboon's heart. July 21st, 2023. Can't fucking wait. I am going to take time. Let me check my calendar. That's the weekend of Comic-Con. That is Friday. I'm going to take time out of Comic-Con to do a live stream. I'll probably do it Saturday, the 22nd. This is something God, I prepared 2 years ago, so I got to remember who Comics will be joining me. Mark the Cyborg will be joining me. There's others. They need to contact me because I can't remember who I invite. I invited a bunch of people to join me, but the two I remember are Comics and Mark the Cyborg. Script Doctor as well. And they don't even know the date yet. I just said it to you guys first before I told them, but whatever. They'll show up. Can't wait. I can't wait. I am so freaking excited for that. Will we ever get a good Predator or Aliens movie again? Hide F10 for $5. They are owned by Disney, so the answer is no. Aurora Uplinks for $5. Star Wars idea. A Bothan saves an orphan and raises him to be a master spy. By the end, the Bothan network relies on this one human adult named Many Bothans. I'll give it to you, that one. It's kind of a dad joke, super chat, but I like it. Respect. Peter Sharon for $10. First, Barry should have died when he lost his power because he would have been injured, just like the kid Barry, who healed due to save his powers. Garbage writing. It's absolute garbage writing. They explain the multiverse with fucking spaghetti. Who wore the hat? Asks Dinus for $10. I have no idea what that's a reference to. Sorry. Hiddle Subeldies for €2. It's a 2, but 1. 5 of those 2 is a Keaton. Okay, gotcha. Mahler, you're ignoring 7 decades of comics. Flash can't just kill everyone or phase through others. Anti-Monitor and Darkseid wouldn't be a threat. Listen, we cannot conflate comic book canon with the movies anymore. I think we could this is close enough to where we can go, well, they did this in the comics. No, they're completely separate. We cannot, the Barry in the DCEU doesn't know who killed his mom, although we do in the comics, but they could change it. But now we'll never know. It's a pointless movie. Josh Kelsey for $20. Thank you for the donation. Mr. Leb, hey, Friday Night Tights, would you ever have Tyrone Magnus on FNT for $10? Yes. Yes, as I'll have somebody reach out to him. Absolutely. Love Tyrone. Ale for $20. Shadiversity. Love tales you enchant. Your voice, a captivating chant. Romance and passion, you inspire me. In my heart, forever acquire. Grateful for your heartfelt connection. Shadiversity, eternal affection. Whew. Beautiful. That was beautiful. And we all know Shad wrote that. YFT, what's your first thought for 22 Canadian pesos? Question for Shad. You actually like Predestination? I think it might be one of the worst films in existence on top of being the worst time travel multiverse movie ever. Explain? I don't know. I haven't watched Predestination. Shad likes to take the contrary opinion once in a while, and I respect the hell out of that. Scott Christy Jones for £2 The Grand Tour episode is well worth watching. I got to watch it with my mates, so I haven't seen it yet, but I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. Maybe I can round them up tomorrow morning. We'll see. Roger Rubio for $2. Remember this answer to everything in life. Spaghetti. Spaghetti. That's right. Albert Nada Retro for $5.50. If the dagger was forged from a Kryptonian alloy, the blade will cut a Kryptonian. Yes, it will. And that's kind of what I assumed in the movie. I figured if a Kryptonian was wielding a dagger, it would be able to kill a Kryptonian or to hurt a Kryptonian. Roger Rubio, Roger Rubio for $5. You guys are the best. Why, thank you. It is weird that I actually like Supergirl in the movie more than I ever liked Captain Marvel, LOL. Well, I mean, for one, she was cute. She had a pretty nice ass. So that probably helped. But they also didn't make her an insufferable girl boss. She was nowhere near. That was a horrible movie. She was not the worst thing in it. Okay. As is homophobic, his movie opinions don't matter, says Anon42 for $1.99. As is, I mean, like, he is the least homophobic of any of us. And we all know why. As is our Pride representative. As is progressive. He does not judge. He is not discriminate. He likes tits, whether they're on a man or a woman. Happy Pride, Az. Lucas Garrett for $5. Spoil away. I'm never going to watch it. Oh, we did. We spoiled it. Aloha Boy for $4.99. Imagine Flash meeting a Jeffrey Dean Morgan / Thomas Wayne Batman, and Flash goes, Bruce. Batman goes, why did you say that name? Then they become BFFs. Imagine a reality where Flash is played by a male actor, and they actually adapted Flashpoint as properly as they could. It's out there somewhere. Sometime in the last 20 years, CERN was turned on and our paths were deviated. Just saying. Into this timeline. I blame CERN. Sean Godley for $20. Something to think about. People watched Adam West Batman, Batman Beyond, and Batman the Animated Series for multiple profitable seasons. And, well, not really with Batman, the 66 Batman. It was really nuts for like a year. Okay, that's why it's called 66 Batman. For multiple profitable reasons, and CW's Gotham Knights can't con enough people to tune in for one season. I wonder why. Because it doesn't have fucking Batman. It's a fucking Batman peripheral show. I'm done with them. I'm fucking done with them. I won't watch a second of anything. Fuck Penguin. I'm not going to watch fucking Penguin. I hope it gets shut down forever. I'm tired of peripheral Batman shows. There should be a Batman TV show. Now, Warner Brothers is selling some of their library, and apparently, and this got reported by, I think, Variety, some Batman movies. Some older Batman movies. Well, what's an older Batman movie? It could be the Nolan. It could be the Burton. I don't know. For sale. Like, to sell. Forever. Crazy. You want to know why? A couple of you may remember back when I was in LA over the holidays, right before Christmas, I recorded my most popular video in a fucking hotel room. I was hanging out with Chris, and one of his buddies just got back from a meeting, and first thing he tells us is Hollywood's out of money. Everybody's getting laid off. That was December. Early December. And here we are, and everybody's getting laid off. Or they're laying themselves off by striking, which makes it a lot easier for the producers, to be honest with you. You know what? Producers are slimy, backstabbing pieces of garbage, but they're not dumb. Well, not all of them are dumb. When it comes to screwing people over, they're not dumb. When it comes to making movies, they're dumb. We don't save these hoes, then leave Supergirl behind. We don't save these hoes. He says hoes. I think he meant heroes. Luis Sueves for $35. We save the hoes, okay? They're important for the economy. Kevin Nelson for 20 British pounds. You guys always keep it real and make me laugh my ass off for every Friday. Hail to the fellowship and hail to the Rippaverse. That's right. Hail Rippa. And hail to the Iron Age. Keep it rolling. We will keep it rolling as much as we can. You guys keep the Iron Age rolling, and it's in its infant stages. It's a little bitty baby right now, but it's going to be part of a greater change in entertainment that's not going anywhere. It's just not going to be centralized in Hollywood or publishing in New York or LA. It's going to be everywhere, and I think that's a good thing. Why did Barry not even check to see who killed his mom? Does he not want to bring the killer to justice? He could have checked without making any changes to the past and investigating in the present. Absolutely, Martin Cordy. He could have just popped his head in. That looked like that Thor: Love and Thunder scene. He could have just popped his head in and see, I wonder who killed my mom. Instead of this stupid thing about going to get fucking tomatoes. Hayden75 for $20. Fellow gamers. Well, he's including me in that. And now, of course, gaming overlord Gary there. Here you go. Did any of you watch the Starfield Direct? Thoughts? Oh, I thought it was magnificent. 10 out of 10. I have no fucking idea what that is. I'm excited about it. Bethesda games are never perfect, but they are fun, and they sometimes listen to fans for updates. Oh, that's good. That's good. Sorry I couldn't watch The Flash with y'all. My dog ate my movie theater, says Lexi Russ for $4.99. Good dog. Spider Pig 34543 for $20. As what do you regret more? An ill-fated boob joke or playing Lord of the Rings Gollum? I think Lord of the Rings Gollum. But now he's going to make me do it. Metallo M for $20 to Az and Shad. So who's going to win the Ashes? I don't know. Oh, Ashes. Is that cricket? That's cricket. That's cricket. You know how I know that? Life, the Universe, and Everything. Douglas Adams' book. Albert Rodriguez for $5. Thank you for the donation. David Musselman for $10 says, "Hail, great to see Literature Devil on FNT." He made his triumphant return, by the way. Makes a good content and gives quality breakdowns on movies, comics, and the like a not as long Mahler. Literature Devil is a clever guy, smart guy. We'd like to have him on. We'll have him back. Good dude. Best thing about The Flash is that Arnold's Mr. Freeze is no longer the most cringe character in a DC movie. By the way, Quarterback Garrett, grab a white zombie ale from Catawba Brewing. It's CATAWBA. Feels like there should be another letter in there. Brewing while you're in North Carolina. Enough of them, and even Gary will look good. Hey, I'm old, man. I used to be pretty. Used to be young and pretty. Anon 42 for $4.99. So you guys are saying Chris Gore, it's Frank Gore, is a shill. What a surprise. Frank Gore's a fucking total shill. What a fucking shill. Every Wednesday, 12 p.m. Central, he joins me for the Nerdrotic Nooner. Steel leg of history for $1.99. I'm able to run better, and I only have one leg. You run better than Ezra. Yes, you do. And that's out without your prosthetic leg. I mean, with just one leg. Hey, but dude, you get good parking spots. So congratulations. Honeylock for €2. Playground games are greater than playgrounds, are greater than kids, are greater than pedos. Everything's greater than pedos. Oh, fuck. I watched that Jimmy Savile documentary. Oh, fuck. Matt G for $1. It's fucking terrible, man. You don't have a great feeling after you're done watching that. It's like, oh, dude. The only thing you gain a lot of knowledge on how the system will protect an icon. They all fucking knew. Vor Axelon for $5. Any of y'all know the song Kill 'Em With Kindness by the Idols? It's absolutely rad. I don't know. Maybe. I've forgotten a lot of stuff. Chris Foster for £1.49. Thank you for the donation. Hello from North Carolina, Hendersonville. I drove through Hendersonville, working on making YouTube videos. Any advice? Make them. I'm trying to do something like, I just hope my audio is good. I'm trying to do something I like. I just hope my audio is good. Well, I mean, start small. Go get yourself a Rode USB mic. I used to have it. It's like the white version of this. And that I would prioritize that over a camera. But just do it. You're not going to be good on your first video. Just work out your takes. Find out what your channel theme is, and try to keep it focused. Don't make like cooking videos and talk about movies. Like that, just not going to work. Keep it focused on one thing. JM D. Reed for $5. So glad that Gary and Quarterblack are celebrating Pride. We do every June. Every June. Farron for £5 British. Don't forget Spielberg snubbing Kennedy at the indie premiere. Also, hail to the chat and the panel. Yeah, you know what? Like, they're going to go and play nice, and they're probably old friends, but you know Spielberg, like, he's not going to like it. He's going to say, oh, it's great. I didn't think anybody else could. They have to say that shit. You know, George is like, freaking white slavers took Star Wars and Indiana Jones. No, they didn't take it. You sold it. You sold it because you got mad. Because you got mad because some fans criticized you. That's bottom line. Do we respect George? Yes. George changed Hollywood. George was an innovator, an absolute genius, a technical genius. He is responsible for so many changes that have been absolutely abused by lesser talented people, which is most people. He was once a very phenom director. Then he got, fat and rich. Happens to the best of us. Ryan looks like he has liver failure. Ryan sounds like he has liver failure. Wrong thing. Geek for $2. Thank you for the donation. First time watching live. Well, welcome. As I get it, I left New Zealand and moved to a war zone. Gary, Shad lied about Vegemite. 1, throw in the trash. 2, go to New Zealand and buy Marmite. Bonus, put it on a grilled cheese sandwich. Why would I want to fuck up a perfectly good grilled cheese sandwich by putting your freaking New Zealand bits on it? Blech. No. I mean, it's the leftovers from beer. Yuck. Wrong thing, Geek. Oh, I already read that. Michael Baruchian for $20. Thank you. Hail all, hail Ripaverse and ISOM number 2, which is doing great, past $1.5 million. Got everything. Gary, any update on if you will be doing a meetup in Wisconsin? Yes, I talked about it earlier, and I'm really sorry if I'm disappointing anybody, but it's still possible. I'm going to decide in the next couple of days because I got to monitor my dog and get my mom and do all that stuff. So I don't mean to keep you hanging. There will be one this year. There will be one this year. Absolutely. But we might have to postpone it a little bit. I'm sorry. I truly am. I don't like announcing stuff. And UK is happening for sure. That is happening for sure. And then if we don't do Wisconsin in July, we'll do it in November because I'm going there for Thanksgiving. So when it's nice and fucking cold. If not, I would love to catch you on the way to or from to buy you lunch and pick your brain about comics. Well, I'll be up there at some point because I want to visit my brother-in-law. God, I really wanted to go by the lake. Brer 247I for 2 super chats for $10. Fuck those turtles. Fuck those turtles. Why? I don't want to have sex with turtles. I don't. If you're talking about and are we talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I like them. Legitimate Gary for €20. Hail, Ryan coming right out of The Simpsons. He is. He did look like The Simpsons. He did. We Shenanigans for $25. Has anyone seen or plan to see an epic from India called, oh my God, Adipurush? No, never heard of it, but I'll, right after I see RRR, at least check out the trailer. It looks like Hanuman leading a monkey army. Could be well worth the price of admission right there. There's a monkey army? And you sold. Valley Law for $20. Where's the mayor? Where's the mayor? She was busy getting married. I know. Weak ass excuse. Told her to never let it happen again. I am not letting her miss any more shows for any more weddings. So she better make this one last. Okay? Not going to hear those fucking excuses anymore. Funny woman. Funny viral woman. Cage Phoenix for $4.99. Hail FNT. I wish they would have made a whole movie of just Wonder Woman's ass. They do, It's on the hub. Would have been 10 times better. Yeah, and you don't have to do a whole movie. It could be 10 minutes. It could be a very satisfying 10 minutes for some people. Maybe throw some Batman in there too. Well, I mean, it depends on your taste. I would throw in like Power Girl or something. But if you want Batman, that's cool too. Pseudo Sin for $20. As the way you said social ducking justice in your vid today was quite funny. At the 7-minute and 26 mark is the timestamp. Go check it out. Watch all of Az's videos. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment and subscribe. Paul Kurtz for $2. Thank you for the donation. Gary, a shill for lights now. How dare you? Well, let me tell you about that, Andrew Valdez. My wife does a lot of work behind the scenes for this channel, like an unbelievable amount of work. She thought, she was like, I don't know, because she was forced into retirement by the state of California. So she wasn't sure what she was going to do. But so she decided, like, I'll help out a little bit with the channel. And it turned into a full-time fucking job. Like, full-time job. And she deals with me. So she's a saint. So she liked the Galaxy lights. She's like, I want them in our room. I'm like, well, all right. And then she worked out a deal where they sent her the Galaxy lights. She tried them out. And then they said, hey, shoot a commercial. And basically, I told them I don't put ads in my videos. And I never will. Like, no way. We get the ad breaks on YouTube. If you don't have premium, that's enough. I'm not going to put another ad in there for any amount of money. But what we'll do is we'll put them in streams. Like, I don't mind putting stuff, at the beginning of a stream. We'll even do it at the end if they want. And that accumulates into a lot of views, right? So if instead of one video, I would put the gay Galaxy light ad in front of like a month's or 2 months worth of Friday Night Tights, which average 200,000 views. So that's, do the math. That's 800,000 views some months, and some months where there's 5 Fridays, that's 1 million views. So that's more than the average person that they do the advertisers for on a video. That's a lot more than the average. They said no. After we did all that stuff, they said no. And I'm like, this is why I don't do this shit. This is why I don't do that shit. Yeah. Meta PCs and Geek Grind, they've come to our meetups. They're in the chats. They're completely down with the cause. None of this fucking weird shit will ever happen. And honestly, it's not like it's, I get a ton of money from them. I just like to help them because they've supported so many people, so many of my friends and stuff. It's like, I'm down. I'm down with that. Galaxy lights was something my wife wanted to do. And we put the commercial in after they approved it. And then they're like, oh, no, we don't want that. And it's like, fuck you. Fuck off. And I, what sucks is I lost the chat, but I cut out the commercial. I got kind of pissed. And I got pissed because they wasted a bunch of my wife's time. All right, if it was me, whatever. But she worked really hard on that. So fuck you, Galaxy Lights. Go fuck yourself. Forgive me, Nerd Father Gary. I'm not the Nerd Father. Father Christopher Miller is the Nerd Father. But thank you. For I have sinned. I've never watched both Batman, Superman, the animated series. Are my sins against nerddom forgiven? No. No. If I'm binging them as we speak, sincerely, Nico 40K. Oh, if you're watching them, that's fine. That's totally fine. Oh my God, what kind of denomination is that? What's an ISK? What's an ISK and then there's a space and there's a small KR? I'm just going to call it a Martian peso. 1,500 Martian pesos. Spaceman for $4.99. Hail, FNT. Watched a great stream last night with Ripa and Chuck Dixon. All their streams are great. Those are brilliant streams. Hail, Chuck Dixon. Then bought item number 2 with the Van Sciver cover. Hail to the Rippaverse. Hail to the Rippaverse. And I bought the shit out of stuff. I got some extra stuff so I can give it away at meetups. Duck Holiday for $10. An anime to watch. Konosuba, God's blessing on this wonderful world. It's basically Seinfeld in a fantasy world. Also, While in Asheville, go to the Biltmore Estate. I didn't, but I did go to the Pinball Museum, and it was fucking awesome. It was awesome. And I didn't get shot because I left before Juneteenth. So I'll use the joke I did on Twitter. Dodged a bullet there. Or maybe a few more. F's in the chat for that Ripperverse server hamsters. Oh, Joe King Lee for $2. That is a good problem to have. So many people want your shit that it crashes your site for a fucking day. That is awesome. That is awesome. I know Eric doesn't think it's awesome, but you know, when Eric has grandkids, he's going to have the little grandkid on his knees. Like they crashed my site on the second day for a number 2. That's fucking awesome. For a number 2 book. That is awesome. That's going to come out on time. You know, it's not out yet, but it will come out on time. And that's the important thing. I think it's doable to do a 100-page book. I think it's really reasonable to do a 100-page book and have them come out like every quarter, every 6 months. I think that's reasonable. Wouldn't go much longer than that, personally. But, or even if like, you know, he starts dropping like a Yara book and some other titles in between there to like that. Once he gets going and puts out a book every quarter, that'll be fucking perfect. I love your channels. I'm a gay guy and I approve the channel. Haha. But seriously, I've been hearing a lot more of how you guys are homophobic. I don't understand it at all. Maybe it's just as Happy Pride. Like I said, Az is the least homophobic of any of us. He likes boobs on men. Az is awesome. All right, I'm going to go to you guys, then we're going to go to the real BBC. What's up? Got 1,700 people watching Square Up in the middle of the night. It's 11 p.m. Central Time. Late night radio here on Nerdrotic. Let's see what you guys have to say for now, and then we're going to go to the real BBC. That wraps up FNT. Jay Schwalbach has just dropped $251.12. That's very specific, and it is appreciated, my friend. Thank you. Jesus. Jesus Christi. My dad lived in Hesperia, Victorville. I'm very familiar with Victorville, 5 hours away from me, and would call me up to take him to the VA doc. I know what you're going through. It's tough. Love ya. New subject. I never thought I'd make you cry, but my wife's anus is still forbidden, and no. Hail all Streamlabs. That's so fucking funny when you did that, dude. That was one of the best super chats ever. Oh, it started out serious and it said my wife's anus is forbidden. You just got to go back and watch it on a show. I lost my shit. Yeah, the mom thing's been going on for a while. I wanted her to come out to Texas. She didn't want to come out to Texas. But now it's the place she's at is in California. New ownership, jacked up the rent, $2,000 a month. So I'm like, no. Because I pay my mom's rent. She pays a little bit of it, but I cover like 80% of it. And she needs full care. So she's being old and stubborn and dementia's sitting in. But she's like, I'm fine. I don't need any help. You know, it's like, you're not. It sucks to say that, but you're not. So the plan we have is Melissa's going to call her and say, so do you want to drive or fly to Texas? That's pretty much how it's going to be. We're going to find her a place, pick her up, probably going to fly her, and that'll be that. That'll be that. But we got to move her stuff, and I'm going to start doing that when I go to con. That's going to be part of my con trip. But thank you. It'll get worked out. She'll be in a great place in Texas that'll cost half as much. And that'll be that. The dog, she's old. I don't want her to suffer. It's my dog, Parker. So she's kind of a mix. We think Rot and Chocolate Lab Rottweiler. I've had a Rottweiler in the past. They're fucking great dogs. They're great dogs. Great dogs. If your wife is planning on starting is your wife planning on starting another hustle? Asks Sir Ubasan. Maybe. She's really. I don't want to embarrass her. She's really getting into this housewife thing. She never was. Like, she always was a career woman. She was very good. She's a very good mom, but she was always a career woman. So she wasn't like making lunch for everybody and making dinner and gardening and all this stuff. And it's all new to her, and she fucking loves it. She really loves gardening. She's really into it. So I think she's settling in. Like, there's frustrating things at the back end of this job that can be frustrating to people, which is like planning. It's like all the herding of the cats and stuff, but she's really getting good at it. Like, really, like, picked it up like that. So, yeah. And I trust her. So I can, it's not like I'm never going to get like a manager or an agent or any of that shit. Never fucking going to do that. I'm too old for that shit. And, I don't trust any of them anyway. So, that her hustle is being, she's the CFO of Nerdrotic. That's her hustle now. But thanks, man. She's doing good, and she's pretty freaking happy. First time watching Nerdrotic live, says Roger Rubio. I really appreciate all the content you provide. Well, thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it. I appreciate you guys allowing me to do it. It is the greatest job in the world. Been listening since the Loki reviews. Oh, the Loki reviews. Oh, we get Loki season 2 at the end of the year. I used to watch other YouTubers, but you kept it real. I appreciate you, man. Oh, thanks. That's a really important thing to do on YouTube, is just be yourself, be real. And I think that's the future. I think the staged, 20 writers on thing, I think that's just, it's unnecessary now. I think there's a lot of genuinely funny people who don't need a fucking writer, and you might be one of them out there. You probably are one of them out there already. I get more laughs watching, Tuesday night's main event, Ryan, as there's some generally fucking funny fucking people out there, right? That do really good work. I watch tons of live streams, tons. I've said it before, and it's like, it's the size of the channel matters not. As a matter of fact, I pretty much keep it in our sphere. I don't watch like trending Mr. Beast. I've watched one video ever. I don't watch the trendy fucking shit. I keep it in pop culture, and pretty much, all the people who have supported me in the past who have channels, I really try to watch their, give them some, watch minutes, give them a like, watch their live streams, and it's genuinely entertaining. Like our boy Sporking. I watch his shit all the time. He's a bit of a simp, but, I do. Iron Age is the future. Mainstream are dinosaurs. Sir Ubasan, you are right. You are absolutely right. Call sign Alucard for $4.99. Is it just me, or does anyone else get a funny feeling when Exude Girl says hi, Daddy? Sorry, I'm choking here. It's not me. It's not me. As I guess I'll put air quotes, boss, although she's more my brain than anything. No. But if you get that way, okay. Hey Gary, I was wondering if you'd been practicing your Bon Jovi. No. It ain't over till it's over. Okay. Dan's got a bit of a lead right now, a little bit of a lead. But got a long ways to go still. And I promise you, I will not practice. I will not practice. I will not give up till the bitter end. Thank you, Nick Brown, for $9.99. Blast that Dan Vask. Come down to McAllen, Texas for the MXTX Movie Festival. When is it? I'd be down. There's going to be a con here in San Antonio. on the first weekend of July. It's a car show and it's a con, and Brie Larson's going to be there. I got to get a picture with Brie. I do. And the truth of the matter is, after the Marvels, I'm going to leave her alone. I try not to be too hard on her. It's just the character. It's the character. Captain Marvel. I can't. And like, I liked Miss Marvel a lot in the comic books. That's what sucks. What's up, bro? Personally, I think some of the DC WB properties would be awesome on Netflix if done in the Daredevil Punisher style. I agree. See Love for $5. You know what? We thought that having the company that owned the characters would show them the most respect. And now that we have seen it, that turns out not to be the case, especially with DC. Marvel, they don't show them respect anymore. And let's be real. Paramount started the MCU. Marvel had a good run with some of the Paramount carryover people, but once Kevin Feige took over completely, it went to shit. Gary, a short anime series that you might want to watch is Seton's Gate. It involves a mad scientist, CERN, time travel, and alternate reality. Oh, I'll check that out. Hop it on, especially if it's short and it's not 1,000 episodes. Thank you. I might even have it. Hayden75, what's up, Hayden? I'm doing a 7-hour trip on my motorcycle tomorrow. Fingers crossed that I make it back home in time for FNT. I just want you to make it back home safe. FNT will be there, buddy. I just want you to make it home safe. Do not rush. I'll forgive you if you're a little late tomorrow. The stream has been awesome. In-N-Out or Whataburger? You're a Texan now. In-N-Out. I have an In-N-Out here in San Antonio, and that's where I go. Whataburger's fine. It's fine. Their shakes and stuff are way better than In-N-Out. I think their fries are even better. But the burgers, no. No. I haven't gone to Culver's yet. Everybody's talking about Culver's. I haven't been to Culver's yet. I have one near me now. I had a really good burger where? Oh, I think I like Five Guys. Five Guys is pretty fucking good. It's pretty good. Did you see Jeremy having a yelling match with fake Jar Jar Abrams on Gore's Court show? Effing hilarious. Cheers. I will go back and watch it. I was supposed to be on that, but I had to make my video. I fucking felt bad. Because Chris has always been there. Every time I asked, like the one time he asked me, I'm like, I can't go. But I've been gone. I was gone. I could have made 3 videos over the weekend, but I had a really good time at the Cosmic Summit. It was fantastic. I will go back and watch it. That sounds awesome. The Argonaut for $1.99. Thank you for the donation. Which do you prefer, Disney Star Wars or Star Wars? Star Wars. Andre C28 for $9.99. Even though I'm dead naming it, but I prefer Star Wars. Disney Star Wars is garbage. Garbage. Mom moving fun. Condolences to your dog. Oh, you didn't have to do that. Be quiet and drive. Thank you for the $10. Just came from Vet's talking stream when I saw you on. We need to get you on our stream sometime with a bunch of salty vets. Of course, Horny Elf. I don't know if shouldn't it be for vets? I don't want no stolen valor there. I am a veteran of the meme wars. No, just kidding. But yeah, sure. Like reach out. Like August would be a good month. We can do that. Hey Gary, first time super chat here. Thank you. You're a great help to me when I hit rock bottom differently than you, and I felt the need to give something back. Sorry, it isn't much. You don't have to give anything back. I'm glad you're okay. That's enough. But thank you. Really, thank you. Yeah, I was talking to, I'm working on a secret project, and I was talking to someone today about like live radio, live TV, live streaming, and how it helps when it's different than, it's part of escapism that's a little different because it feels like somebody's there. So if any of you out there have been lonely, I've been lonely. You felt alone. But it was good to just have some live radio on or live TV. It just felt like there's another human being out there keeping you, even though you're not in the same room or something. But if there's still a little bit of a connection there, and it relieves some of that. That's an important thing. It's a tangible thing that's real because people have told me, and I felt it myself in the past when I was really down. So I'm just here babbling and being an idiot, and if that helped you, that's awesome. Then I'm glad you're doing better. I really am. IMAX tickets to Oppenheimer bought and paid for. If I bought you a novel to read, where would I send it? I have a P.O. box, Jimmy Collins, for $5. It should be on the About section. I can't remember the address off the top of my head. It's no, because I might conflate it with my home address. It's Military Highway. It's in San Antonio at a UPS store. Mooksy Klang for $5. You should record yourself and Jeremy watching Captain Marvel and release it in the live commentary like how Mahler did for TLJ. I think that'd be a great idea. I think it's a great idea. It's a fucking fantastic idea. But Jeremy would have to stop playing Fortnite and live streaming 75 times a day and then complain about being tired. I love my friends. I do. Jeremy's creamy back end. Easy now. No, don't take it easy. Fuck that. Fuck that guy. No, I'm just kidding. I love Jeremy. Have you seen how the Secret Invasion intro is AI generated? Oh, 3 times now. I've seen it 3 times. I've seen the show 3 fucking times. It's fucking boring. It's fucking dumb. And the only reason to review it is to say, Nick Fury comes back from space to get chastised by 2 women. And get another woman killed. That's about it. And the worst part is it looks better than 90% of the made recently. Shad was right. Here's the funniest thing about that is the people who hate AI art the most are animators and comic book artists. And what is Marvel Comics? It's a comic book publisher. It's so funny. That's the best part. I think it's fucking hilarious. Because, I mean, we have respect for the artists. Oh, we're going to just roll up the credits with AI as an aesthetic choice when it is one of the main contentions in the strike with the WGA, and all comic artists, almost to a man and woman, almost hate it. And you want to know why they hate it? Because it will replace them. It will. It will get good enough to replace them. Is it ripping off from other people's art? Yeah, it is. But I put out the example the other day of it's hip hop. It's sampling. It's not just hip hop. Electronica did that too. It's sampling. And there was a big fight over that for a long time until finally the bands who were being sampled, for one, realized it kind of went against the whole rock and roll rebel thing, and also your music lives on in another form. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, and they figured out a way to get paid. But you can't unmake the soup on this one. You just can't. Do I love it? I think it could be a great tool for an artist. If you're already a talented artist, then you will have a leg up on absolutely everybody. But, I think new art, for the most part in comic books, is dog shit, is absolute dog shit. And it got too detailed. Like the image boom made comic art impossible to make comics. Does that make any sense? It got so detailed that you could not produce comics on a monthly basis anymore. And I just miss the more simple comic art. And you had people like George Perez and Jack Kirby and John Byrne who could just fucking pump out books. Those guys are gone. Graham Nolan. You have people who just like put out quality work time after time after time. And it's not like super detailed. It's just fucking good. They make the best use of their lines. They don't waste a bunch of fucking time on overly detailed backgrounds. Sometimes they do and it looks great, but they don't do it on every fucking panel because they're pros. And you don't need to do it on every panel. You need to tell a story. That's just from a comic book reader's perspective. That's all. I'm currently writing 6 scripts for a 6-part Nightwing fan series titled Grayson. The main villains will be Blockbuster and Two-Face. I bet it will be better than these hacks. He gets the suit at the end. It will be, Elliot Cecil. I believe in you. Have fun writing it. Joel Slayer for $10. Hey, Gary, long-time lurker, first time doing Super Chat. Oh, welcome. Oh, shit. I keep hitting the wrong button. Sorry. Boomer. I just wanted to say, as someone who hit rock bottom, not in the same way not the same way you did, you've been an inspiration, getting me back on track. Did I read that one before? Maybe I did. I'm glad you're back on track. Speaking of being sober, officially 1 week sober for me. Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome. First time in years. I just did it by brute force and sheer will, also heading to Gary's stories. I would say hit a meeting. Try a meeting. Just try it. Try a big one at first. Lots of people, lots of energy. Because like it could be really intimidating to go to a meeting with like 5 people in there, and it's your first one, and they're all gonna get like, "Hey, how you doing? You want to, and it might freak you out, but they're genuinely trying to help. It might be better if you just want to observe, to go to a bigger one, big speaker meeting. They can be fun. You get some free coffee and some free, treats. You get some you get some cupcakes and stuff. And then, if you like it, go to a little smaller one. Let's try it out. Try it out. Okay, where are we? We are going to go to Real BBC and then wrap things up. I'm going to check on hi, chat. How are you? How are you doing? I see you there. You guys are awesome. Mad love to Chrissy and Melanie, says Magnum Norris for $10. 2 mighty ladies, 2 mighty women. They are. It was great seeing Melanie in Dallas. She is a really cool person. And Chrissy I am very proud to call Chrissy a friend. Chrissy's one of my favorite people. So happy for her and Filing Cabinet. They make a very good couple. I think Chrissy will make a great trad wife. Do the Apollo and Midnighter... Okay. Do the Apollo and the Midnighter how they are in the OG comics. Brutal, ruthless, OP as fuck, and have them being gay as a literal footnote. Articus for $5. Yeah, see, the Apollo Midnighter are like, they're this gay couple. They're not great. The Authority is called The Authority. It is an afterthought, but it won't be in the movies. The Authority being the second film, or even in that first chapter, I think it's DOA. I'm just going to come out and say it. I think James Gunn's DC is DOA. And even if his Superman movie is pretty good, I don't know if anybody's going to give a fuck, because the shit that they released is doing damage to their brand every time they release something. And now they're pulling out some fucking narrative that Blue Beetle is not only the first character in the DCU, but this movie will count in the DCU. And they are fucking lying to all of us. It will not count in the DCU. They just want you to go see it. This thing is going to flop so hard. It might be the biggest flop of them all. It might be. If Keaton coming back was a flop, now granted, there's no Ezra Millers in Blue Beetle, and there's that, likable kid from Cobra Kai. Got nothing against him. And maybe he'll make a good Blue Beetle, but it's Blue fucking Beetle. It's Blue Beetle. We haven't had Green Arrow in a fucking movie yet. Green Arrow, like an OG. We just got our first Flash movie, and it was dog shit. First Flash movie ever. Flash is an OG. But we're getting Blue Beetle and the Authority. They're so fucking dumb. Hi, as Gary. Outer Limits, Twilight Zone, Water Margin, Tales of the Unexpected. That's what storytelling is. Yeah. Jaeger for 10 British pounds. Zizix. I know Zizix. Zizix Road on the way into Vegas from San Diego and LA. There's Zizix Road. ZYZZX. It's where people pull off to have sex. I'm not kidding. There's nothing there except for a couple of off ramps that go into like a dirt area. And people drive there to have sex. Shame on you, Gary. Use X-Ray Girl's preferred identity, sandwich maker. Yeah, I should use, our favorite sandwich maker, X-Ray Girl. Well, Chrissy can be too. She's a pretty good sandwich maker. Clownfish TV scoop, porn star cast in Little Mermaid. Quatrina VR for $1.99. I heard that. A gay porn star. Hail Clownfish. Love Neon. Geeky Sparkles. Mall's Home Slice for $5. Thoughts on the new Lord of the Rings movie being proudly injected with intersectional feminism? I automatically see. I don't know what LOTRO is. I just thought Lord of the Rings. I don't know what LOTRO is. Help me, chat. Where are you? I don't want to see Ezra right now. I'm waiting. What is LOTRO? I don't know. The right way to do Green Arrow, optimistic goatee, 20th century, actual liberal, and not acting like Batman. I agree. Nick Weiser for $5. WG for $100. Had a great time at the summit, and I will try to get to the next meetup. Keep up the great work. Thanks, brother. I don't know what the San Diego situation is. I don't know. I know I'll be at con, so if you're going to be at Comic-Con running around, I'll be there. I'll be there as press. Jeremy David for $2. WG, you fucking rule, dude. Thank you. Thank you for the Rambo and the knife. And it was great hanging out with you. Jack for 25 Martian pesos. In the Bambi remake, the mom will survive. She will bypass the compressor and teach herself to use a bow to hunt for evil. Wait.
People?
Men. There you go. Jeremy David for $2. Are you going to play Persona 5? He said yes. He's going to play it for 17 hours a day, 20 days straight. Finn Jake for 50 Danish krona. Will Pantheon get a season 2? Please get Pantheon some praise. What's Pantheon? I missed something? Oh, I missed a lot of shit now. There's there was a time where I knew the name of every television show. I didn't watch them all, but I knew the name of every television show. I don't fucking know what's premiering this week now. And it's my job. The Geek and I podcast for $4.99. Cool that chat again Saturday after the panel. Hope you enjoy the Picard edit. And thank you for the Picard edit. Somebody, the Geek and I podcast gave me a Picard edit where it's edited like a movie. That's freaking great. Check your DM, says Carl Brown for $2. Where? Twitter? Instagram? Facebook? Email? Got to be specific. I'll check Twitter. Imagine it's Twitter. Weston487 for $2. Get back in the kitchen, waffle iron. How dare you talk to Az like that? Aurora Uplinks for $2. I think the aliens in Gary's show are benevolent. Well, as long as they're not anally probing me, I'm fine. Ace1589 2001 for $5. Eric's been getting DDoSed. Did I get that right, guys? DDoSed, right? A lot of private company servers have been hit this month. Yeah, and I'm sure there was a coordinated effort from little cucks who are his detractors, the League of Cucks, and I'm sure they tried to do something. I don't know if they succeeded. It's so pathetic, but it's just life. I mean, like, that is part of the internet. So if you want to get into content creation and you get any kind of traction, you're going to have to, especially if you speak your mind, you're going to have to deal with the people who are on the state and corporate teat, who really want daddy's state to take care of them and take care of everybody and want to break up your family and want to talk about respecting pronouns, but they can't respect other people or other people's opinions. As a matter of fact, they can't even fucking listen to them, or they just get into the fetal position and cry like a little fucking bitch. Damn, this is the importance of fathers, ladies and gentlemen. We need fathers. We need families. We need the nuclear family. Doesn't work for everybody, and not everybody ends up like a bitch like that, but I'm telling you, the League of Cucks, I'm probably I can't call him a man, to a boy, probably have some daddy issues, okay? Sorry if this has been discussed, but the French Connection has been censored and all major streaming services, on all major streaming services. The news is kind of going unnoticed. It's not, because go try to buy one. I like the French Connection. Ain't going to pay $200 for that movie. No, if I find it, for 20, sure. Mika F, thank you for the $4.99. DS for €5. I am building I am slowly rebuilding. I used to have a massive physical media collection. And it's been rebuilt for the most part. It's pretty freaking huge. But it's also because there's not a lot of stuff in 4K, and the stuff in Blu-ray is really cheap right now. I think I got Punisher Warzone before Ray Stevenson died. It was back when I was in San Diego. I got that for like $5. I'm like, hell yeah. $5. Is Bambi going to be black? DS, €5. That's a good question. I'll say yes. Haunted One, thank you for the $5. I appreciate the donation. Nick Esp for 25 Mexican dollars. I'm going to say dollars. Thoughts on the third Burton Bat film in today's time? A third Bat. I don't think he's got it anymore. I think if Burton, well, he did kind of coordinate and set up Wednesday, and that seems to be pretty popular. So if Burton was allowed to freely do a Batman Beyond in his world, I think, I'd watch it. Fuck yeah, I'd watch it. Hell yeah. But Burton is just not the same. He had his time. I love that Batman Returns is getting so much love now, because it's really a legit good Batman movie. And I think it's an absolute classic. I think it's a classic. And I think it's a Christmas movie. Maddie Boom Batty for $10. Did you see the video of the pedo flag hung above the British flag, and then some works drop the British flag on the ground? I'm American, but that's disrespectful as fuck and disgusting. I think so too. I'm going to get a British flag to hang in there. I got my American flag. I got my Texas flag that you can't see. I'm going to get a Union. It's the Union Jack. I'm going to just call it the fucking Union Jack. I don't care. I'm an ignorant American. That's what I'm going to call it. Big Raj, hey, thanks for distracting me while I get my teeth cleaned. Oh, wow. You were listening to us at the dentist, Big Raj. Hail, brother. It was great seeing you in Orlando, man. I see there's part one. So, what's your first thought? Has a 2-part super chat for $22. Suggestion for Mahler. It's great to hear that you've been having fun watching old movies. I just wanted to remind you that you should check out Predestination, the movie that, if it came out today, would win every Oscar, but since it came out in 2014, no one saw it. Have a great day. Okay. Yeah, I might remember it, but then I forgot it. That makes no sense, but it actually makes sense to me. It's like I probably knew about that movie in 2014, the year after I sold my store. I was doing this podcast. Maybe we even talked about it. This is Foaz moving to Scotland, says Alu Jager for £2 British. Well, that wouldn't be a huge move for him. What is that? is it 70 miles? 80 miles? I don't know. How big's your country? From bottom to top, how big's the UK? Jesus Davila, thank you for the $1.99. My wife won't let me drive there, which really sucks. I'm looking at the chat. Listen, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I can't imagine it's like too big. What, 300 miles? 400 miles? 3 hours. No. Not walking distance. Shut up. 900 miles. So it's 900 miles from, from bottom to top. So it's 900 miles. So it's a little longer than Texas is wide, because Texas is about 867 miles wide. It's pretty wide. So it's 900 miles. It's not so bad. And then somebody says 500 miles. 500 miles. Yeah, you counting Ireland? Yeah. So you could do that in a day. And somebody's saying 900 plus miles. You guys are all over the map. You know, I could just Google this. But I was looking at how far it was from like London to Clarkson's farm, and it wasn't that far. But your little roads, your little cute roads and your roundabouts might take a little longer. Hi, gang. I'm meeting Matt Smith at London Comic Con soon. If you ask him a question, what would it be? I would have asked, like, did you really? I always heard the rumors that he had like committed to a season 8. I'd love to know if that was true or not. But otherwise, I'd just go, good job, dude. You're a really, really good doctor. You didn't always get the best stories. I think he had a really good run. I like Matt Smith quite a bit. And I think he's a really good actor, by the way. I think he's freaking amazing as Daemon Targaryen and Matt Damon Targaryen in House of the Dragon. Rippaverse is still working on the problem. Watch I saw. This is from like when there was a problem with their website. It's obviously been fixed now. There will be making more animations. # release the Eric sketch. Okay. The Morak. Thank you for Joe Kingley for $5. The Morak for $1.99. Was the Wisconsin meetup info been confirmed yet? It has not. It has not. Sorry, guys. Took on a lot of stuff. Michael Jones for $5. Disney is not making any movies until they come up with at least $9 billion to pay Comcast for Hulu next year, and they don't have it. I don't know if they have $9 billion liquid. That is a good. Oof. God, really sounds like a terrible situation they're in. Really not sorry to hear it. You know what movies they have coming out? What movies we know we're going to get? Captain America, Brave New World, and it doesn't have Captain America in it. After that, nothing. Nada. We might only get one Marvel movie next year. And it's going to be fucking Black Falcon Captain America. It's going to flop. That baby is going to flop. Is it going to flop as hard as the Marvels? No. Will it do Ant-Man money? Yeah. You want to know why? Guardians of the Galaxy. Did you need to see any Disney Plus shows? You didn't even need to see the Christmas special. They explained it a little bit in the movie, but you didn't need to see the half-hour Christmas special. Did you need to see a full season of 1 or 2 Disney Plus shows to see Guardians? No, you didn't. You didn't. You need to see Falcon and Winter Soldier to even understand what the fuck is going on in Captain America, Brave New World. And I believe you have to watch Hawkeye. And you have to also, it's filled with Hulk villains for some reason. Hulk villains. The leader. The fucking leader's coming back. Renee Guy for $4.99. Hey, Az, did Ryan have a nice rack in your dream? Asking for a friend. Az says yes. Contagion for $5. Something I don't hear being discussed. How badly is Netflix new policy on password sharing going to backfire on them? They claim it was an absolute success, and John Campea was happy to echo that. I heard that at best they broke even, and it will eventually hurt them. But Netflix isn't in as bad shape as all the other streamers. I think I heard somebody, I think it was on Geeks and Gamers Daily, and they were talking about Amazon Prime Video being profitable. It is not. Amazon Prime Video is not profitable. Amazon Prime is very profitable. Amazon Prime Video is not. Ever heard of the Citadel? I'm going to look in the chat right now. Citadel. Ring any bells? Anybody watching the Citadel? Anyone? Bueller? I hunted, Rob. I hunted. Waiting for the chat to catch up here. It's a bit of a delay. 10 minutes and I quit. Says Dalai Lama Bob. Did you know how much the Citadel cost? $300 million for 6 episodes. It's the second most expensive thing next to Rings of Power. It's produced by the Russo brothers, and it's got Rob Stark in it. Just came out. Yeah, I agree with you, Derek, right there. I've got a sound effect for that. Oh, maybe I don't. Where did my crickets go? Oh, there it is. It's basically what goes on in my brain, too. Yeah. Citadel, $300 million fucking disaster. Yeah, Amazon's not profitable. Hulu. I think Hulu might be profitable. So I think Hulu and Netflix are squeaking out a profit right now, if anybody is. But no one else. No one else. The Jade Monastery for $5, $420, sorry, makes Disney movies better by making you distracted so you don't actually watch it. Knowing is half the battle. Yeah, I can't do that. So, I mean, like, Fantasia on acid is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I will say that. But that, I mean, I watched that on acid. Oh, God. 40 years ago? No. 38 years ago. Long fucking time ago. Avatar 5 will be in Chinese with English subtitles. Yeah, we'll be in the Serenity timeline by the time Avatar 5 comes out. So we will be talking in half English and half Chinese by then. I agree with you. Cass Bines for £5 British. What doesn't kill you will only come back later and try to kill you again, says the Master 012 for $5. Yeah, that's Tywin Lannister's entire fucking philosophy is scorched earth. What doesn't kill you will try to come back and kill you later, so it's best to kill all of them. Andrew Valdez for $4.99. I'm excited for more of the other reasons, no offense. I thought the movie was so bad, no offense to Chris Gore, but he's not a movie critic. I feel he got paid. Chris Gore did not get paid. I wouldn't. I guess it's up to you. I could sit there and say all day long, I'm being honest and all that shit, but it's totally up to you. I know Chris. Chris is an independent movie guy. He's like straight up just indie guy. And we don't agree on everything. Chris doesn't agree with, I don't think he agreed with my takes on Flash. And I certainly know he hasn't agreed about all my stuff on everything. But I love Chris unconditionally. We don't have to agree, but that's okay. But Chris is not getting paid, believe me. But he does get access, but there's like a group of people who get access but like Chris goes to movies almost every day. Like almost every day. It's his life. So it's a true passion. And Chris is one of the few people who will call woke shit out in the system. So we need to appreciate people like Chris. And, Robert, I don't agree with Robert on everything. Robert liked Secret Invasion. I did not. But I love Robert, and Robert will call shit out. Robert will also say some crazy shit, and I'm sure he believes the exact same for me, but he has the right to say it. And the cool thing about Robert and Chris is they'll listen. They won't call you a name. They won't vilify you. They won't treat you like a piece of shit. They won't demonize you. They'll listen. That's all we ask for. But they're old school. At this point, they're old school. And we need more Chris's and Roberts in Hollywood. A lot more. Hi, BBC crew. Hey, is that Mahler, that guy who used to make some YouTube videos? That was nice. Build the solar panel for £5 Well, I can say that Mahler has taken steps to produce, while he's continuing to make his uber high quality work. He's working on, I know what video he's working on. I'm not going to tell you. I know he's been working on it for months, and it's still probably got a couple months to go. But that kind of work actually takes a ton of time. But he's taken some steps to come out with some more stuff. He'll talk about it. It's for him to talk about. But he does really appreciate like that you guys like his work so much that you just like, I want more. That's an awesome problem to have, and he's trying to do something about it. But he is just one man. But when he puts out a video, man, it is a banger. Drowning Clown for $20. As a Mahler, have you seen the Star Wars Outlaw game trailer? Wasn't that one for the titties they previously shelved years ago? Oh, it says titles. I'm getting tired. It says titles. I said titties. Titties is way more interesting anyway. I wonder what changed. Titties. It's Han Solo with titties, isn't it? John Thomas for $5. Gary, Bounding into Comics is reporting War of the Rohirrim will be injected with feminist ideals into the film. I hope not. I hope not. I heard something about that, and we will see. I was looking forward to it. Oh, but I'm so thankful. Listen, I want there to be good stuff. I want stuff to be better, and I want it to be made for everybody. That's my hope. But I'm a realist as well, and I think the only way we're going to get change now is through accelerism. Accelerism is let them make their woke shit. Just do it. You want to make a Phoebe Waller-Bridge Indiana Jones? Bring that shit on. You want to make a Rey movie? Let's make 3. I'm fucking all for it. You want to make an Ironheart series? Let's do 5 fucking seasons. Let's fucking go, because it will burn it all to the ground. And then either something rises from the ashes or it's just fucking gone. And I'm okay with either result, because we'll end up making something. People will just end up making something. That's what fans do. It will become niche again. I was talking about this with Eric on Open Bar today, and that's where I want it to be. I want it to be right back into the realm of niche. You know what? We need another Friends or something that will just, or fucking Big Bang Theory that will just like be a shiny light for the normies to go and just enjoy the hell out of it. Have fun. Let us have our niche shit back, please. That's all I ask for. All right. Last check on what? The current stuff. Oh, shit. I didn't mark my place. Damn it. Clownfish has been on Friday Night Tights before. Sir Ubusan, and we will have them back. They're not huge on live stream. They're really good at live streaming. They're very, very good at it. And when they have live streams, they get a lot of people watching, but it's not their favorite thing to do. But I will certainly reach out to them, and if they want to come on, they're always welcome to come on. I DM Neon once in a while. We chitty chat. We check in on each other. Good people. But yes, they have been on before. Hades Primera for $5. A bit of a nerd question, but who would win in a fight to the death, in your opinion? Sauron or Voldemort? Sauron would fucking destroy Voldemort. It wouldn't even be close. Voldemort is a powerful wizard, but he is a human. Sauron is a fallen angel, essentially. So yeah, it would not be a very long fight. Horny Alf, Gary, the main panelist on Vets Are Talking Military, but the guests are welcome from all walks of life. Okay, what's the best way for me to reach out to schedule? X-Ray Girl. I mean, you could reach out to me and I'll say something, but then I'll, because I have the attention span of a gnat on meth. So it's, X-Ray Girl, that's her job. So reach out to her and DM her on Twitter. But if you, and I'll tell her to keep an eye out for it. Okay, Horny Alpha, I'll tell her to keep an eye out for it. It was great to meet you in Dallas. Magnum Norse, read that one. I read Nick Weiser. Go subscribe to Nick Weiser. Nick Weiser is a good dude. Metal aficionado, knows his fucking music in and out. Fast food connoisseur, and just good guy with good long hair. Sal the May guy for $2. Watch Jin Ron the Wolf Brigade, 1999. Ooh, you're not the first person to tell me to watch that. Osama Tezuka's Cleopatra versus Netflix's Cleopatra. By the way, spoilers and warning on Twitter, she's white in the Tezuka version. I wonder how dumb Netflix feels. I don't think they feel dumb. I don't think they care. They just want to put out content. And I think they plot that out to satisfy their fucking diversity CEO, whatever. I think that's just there to get their little ESG points. I'm not here to fucking defend Netflix, but I mean, they did stand with Dave Chappelle. So, like, there's that. But they also have cuties. So fuck them, and they're ruining the fucking Witcher because I'm going to say something really controversial now. For the most part, women can't write fantasy, like dark fantasy. They just can't. And it has a lot to do with not being able to write men. We heard for a long time there's men can't write women, and I would agree with that in a lot of cases. But you know what woman was good at writing men? J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling writes like a man. She does. So it's possible. But Lauren Hisrich was horribly mishired on that one. She does not have the experience. She doesn't have the reading experience of reading Conan and fucking Elric and or even The Witcher, maybe the fucking Witcher, Lord of the Rings, Song of Ice and Fire, Wheel of Time. I could just go on and on and on. That bitch didn't read any of that shit. And that's necessary. It's absolutely necessary. I don't know, maybe being, having a cursory knowledge of Greek mythology or just mythology. You can't just jump in from a soap opera and go think, I'm going to write fucking fantasy now. Fantasy and science fiction are very fucking difficult to write. Very fucking difficult. You have to be a level minimum, a level 9 nerd to even get into that shit. And I mean nerd about history and everything, because fantasy it's layered over history. The grandfathers of it, Robert E. Howard and J.R.R. Tolkien, two very different approaches, obviously. But those are your templates right there. Whatever fantasy you want to do, pick somewhere in between there, use some of the stuff, whatever. Lauren Histrich can't do it. I'm sure there is a woman out there who can do it, but I think that's like finding a unicorn right now. I'd say a woman can write dark fantasy about as well as a dude could write Twilight. I'm talking about a straight dude. Straight dude could write Twilight. If a Street Fighter movie gets a live action, you'd be great as Cody Travers. Reason you both look tough, been in jail, and turned your lives around. Oh, thanks, Sir Yubisan. I have no idea who that is, but thank you. You know me, I'm a massive gamer. Hi, Gary. Back in the day, San Francisco comic book store on 24th and Mission, owner Gary Arlington. I am very familiar with Gary Arlington. That is widely considered the first comic store in the country, San Francisco Comics. Have you ever visited the store? Legendary store. I have. I have met Gary. I have seen his collection. I saw his store in the latter days where it would open like once a week. And then it finally shut down when his health went downhill. He decided to do some art. And then when he was dying, there was a bunch of vultures circling around his body to get his collection. So, yes, I'm very familiar with Gary Arlington. A legend. First Super Gary, OG member, you must sing Dan Vask. Not until the fat lady sings. Not until the fat Dan Vass sings. But thank you for the $1.99. I'm not giving up. I work in Big Pharma. They literally stopped us from adverse event reporting. Magnum Norris for $20. We need more people who work in Big Pharma to whistle blow on Big Pharma. If any shit like that is going on, whistle blow on Big Pharma. I know how fucking powerful they are. They're as powerful as our government right now. They can completely control our government. We have people seriously on Twitter when Joe Rogan was saying, "Hey, let's have this that like short, fat, plumpy, dipshit, pedo-looking doctor who was pushing vaccines doesn't want to debate Robert F. Kennedy because Robert F. Kennedy would destroy him, even with his the unfortunate voice situation." They don't want to debate, and the reason they don't want to debate is because they know they're full of shit, and they'd lose. They're fucking cowards. You got to pay the bills, Magnum Norris. I understand that. You got to pay the bills, brother. But we need people to blow the whistle. Please put this on Moving Mama Fund, brother. I will, Bubba Doom. I will. Thank you. Thank you for the 20. Appreciate it. Let's see how much. Magnum Norris, they should call Juneteenth Black on Black Crime Day or Be a Father Day. Oof. Trevor Gently for $5. With Flash, do you think stuff like Gunn, Cruz, and Stephen King heaping praise put a stink in the air? Why the low box office? The low box office was too much Chicago and Milwaukee in my life, says Magnum Norris for $10. But to answer, and thank you for the $10, to get back to your super chat, because it's a little bit of a long answer. They did too many pre-release screenings. If you remember Serenity, anybody remember Serenity? Serenity had a year's worth of pre-release screenings, con appearances, and it had tons of enthusiasm. The whole entire Buffy army was behind it, and it failed. Now, since then, it's a really fucking good movie. Like, it's a fucking fantastic science fiction movie. It's one of my favorite. But it didn't do well because they had too many pre-release screenings. So I would factor that in with The Flash not having the $70 million weekend they were expecting it to have. But mostly, Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller killed that fucking movie. And we're going to look back on it and go, duh, of course he did. But the media, he is so fucking protected. He should pay for his crimes. I want him to go to rehab. I want him to be sober. And as long as he didn't physically hurt anybody, but dude, there's a lot of smoke. A lot of smoke. Grooming, weird shit, weird drug shit. And I've been around the weird drug scenes. I'm very familiar with them. And a lot of really fucking horrible stuff happens. I hope it didn't, but it was Ezra Miller destroyed The Flash. And then it didn't help that it was a completely shit movie. And as far as movie stars going out, they're not going to talk shit about each other. They're not. I wish they would. They used to, but they're not going to talk shit about each other. And Stephen King is a fucking moron. And quite frankly, his books are really good for like 8th graders. Like when I was an 8th grader, King was a fucking genius, man. That guy could do no wrong. Then I grew up, like say with Dean Koontz. Like I love Dean Koontz books, but they're like YA. That's what they are. It's just how I feel. Once I started growing up, started reading Tolkien, Robert E. Howard. Iron Age is the future, mainstream or dinosaurs. I read that one. Roger Rubio. I read that one. And I read that one. Okay, I think we're good. Which is good because I'm starting to lose it a little bit. I have no water up here. Holy shit, you guys are crazy. Morgoth versus Dr. Doom, says Magnum Norse. Morgoth would step on Dr. Doom and not even realize he killed him. Now, if you want to go Morgoth versus a Celestial, good fight. That'd be a good fight. Demon Slayer is a very dark fantasy, and it's written by a woman. There's always an exception, but Demon Slayer is anime and manga, right? And I would check out Demon Slayer because people like it a lot. But for every Demon Slayer written by a woman, there's 100 guys who wrote fantasy. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just very unlikely, and it's a matter of taste. Streaming Madman, says Lady Greymaster. You're not supposed to be super chatting. Stop it, woman. Get back and go make your husband some sandwiches. I just want to double down on women can't write fantasy. I could say women can't write comic books too. That would piss people off, but they actually can't. There's actually quite a few who can. By far my favorite, and Ascenti, fucking really good. By far my favorite animated series. Love the Spawn animated series. Fucking great, Magnum Norse. It's so fucking good. And it's got like little introductions by Todd McFarlane. I can't do the Canadian accent, but he kind of talks like, how's it going, eh? My name's Todd McFarlane. Hoser. Animated series, but the new the new one was Warren Ellis's Castlevania, and now he got destroyed by stupid women. Yeah, Castlevania, the first 2 seasons of Castlevania are the shit. So good. So fucking good. And then they got rid of Warren. And I just want to publicly say, like, I have no problem with Warren Ellis getting a little tail based on his reputation. Rock stars have been doing it forever. Politicians do it right now. Actors do it right now. YouTubers do it all the fucking time. It's just human nature. And 99% of the time, it's a very mutual contract. Woman knows, oh, Warren Ellis is, no offense, Warren, I know you're watching all the time, but not the best looking guy in the world. Doesn't take care of himself, but was pulling some massive tail. Good for him. These ladies know what they're doing. He knows what he's doing. Everybody knows what's going on. Let's not... these fucking games, man. But that's the comic industry, man. Oh, the comic industry all around. I mean, it's like a much smaller version of the music industry, and people are not as cool. But the comic industry is a brutal place. It's always been a backstabby, gossipy, catty little bitches talking shit about each other, and that's just the artists. Then you get to the writers and the editors, and then you get to this, the fucking scumbuckets that are dealers, right? I got to see it all, and there was a new wave. It was nice of store owners who there's something to be said about the OG store owners who are like, hey kid, get this Fantastic Four, this Conan 1 for $100. That's fine. But then there's your Chuck Rosansky, I can't pronounce his name, it's too late. Rosansky from Mile High, who are creeps. But yeah, there was a new wave of comic shop owners who were a little younger and had worked in other fields before. See, comic shop owners started as people who were just lifers. They either worked in a comic shop or never had like a real job or experiences in other businesses. And then we had a bunch of people who had experience in other businesses come in. And I think it did really well for a while. Did really well. There was a lot of smart people. There still is out there. Then the lunatics took over the asylum. And, the comic industry has gone through ebbs and flows before. This one's catastrophic. And it's catastrophic because most shop owners turned into woke idiots. All but a very precious few of the artists turned into woke idiots. But a precious few writers turned into woke idiots. And the editors were woke idiots, and then they hired a bunch of women who were fucking woke idiots, and then it was just a bunch of fucking woke idiots. And it destroyed itself. It's not rocket science. And it took about 10 years to happen. It's very sad, because comics are my favorite thing. Yep. So they chased away the likes of Warren Ellis, and Mark Millar got the fuck out way early, and he ended up being the smartest one. Got away from a lot of the crappy people. There's some good people. There are. All right, we're going to wrap it up. We got to go. My voice is like going. I got a show tomorrow. Junkyard Doodle is the last one. I think you missed my super chat from earlier, Gary. Consider this one for the mom fund. Let me see, Junkyard Doodle. I can fix that right now. There's 3. Let's see. Junkyard Doodle. Okay, here we go. Hale picked up Dark Horse Indie Omnibus 1 and 2. What indie comics do you have? I have them all. I have every single Indiana Jones comic ever made by Marvel or Dark Horse. So the whole damn thing. Got him. Thank you, buddy. Is there a third one? Does that come from another? Why does it say there's 3? Okay. Hope that got it. If I missed anybody else, X-Ray Girl will grab it. We'll get it on the next Square Up. Thank you for watching. Thanks to the Nerdrotics. Hope you liked this little late night stream. Hope you had fun. I had fun. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with Papa Gundam, 3 p.m. Central. Makes his triumphant return to Friday Night Tights. And Jeremy will be back. I think Chrissy. No, I don't think Chrissy's back yet. We have somebody taking her place. Hope you enjoy them. And yeah, it's going to be tons of fun. We'll talk about a lot of crazy shit that's going on and probably roast each other for 3 hours. Thank you. I'm going to get some sleep. You guys get some sleep. I really appreciate you all. Thanks for being patient with Square Up, and there will be more in the future. Look for a video possibly tomorrow before FNT. That's right. It's been a minute because I've been traveling. I think it's been a week. I don't like to go that long. And we got some more in the works. After that, I feel like I should be announcing something right now. I'll remember it tomorrow for Friday Night Tights. Good night, everyone. Be good to each other. Not all who wander are lost.